Welcome to Tarot to a T. Today's reading will be for air signs, and it's going to be for the month of June 2024. And if you've been with me before, you know I am doing the elements weekly. But my schedule is freeing up a little, so I know for sure, call out to Gemini, I'm going to be doing a special reading for you this month because we have a full moon on June 6th, I believe, in Gemini. So I want to start incorporating some more extended readings. Woohoo, right? I'm excited too, actually. I miss doing the long readings. These are fine, but I feel like we just scratched the surface and there's just so much more to, to take a deeper dive into that I just can't do that when I'm trying to condense it. So, the format we're going forward today with is we're going to start with Gemini. The second middle column here is for Libra, and the third column, least but not last, is Aquarius. No particular order. I have meditated on the cards, as you can see, and I've dealt them out. The top row here is the overall theme for you this month. The second row will be a complicating factor, something contributing to the overall theme, and the cards of advice, and I clarify as we go along. So let's go ahead and jump into it. These are general readings. Disclaimer, general readings, it may not apply to you, okay? So you're welcome to join me for the next video that comes out. So for Gemini, we're starting off with the Queen of Hearts energy as your overall theme, and we're followed up. Wow, look at this, 2 queens. Shocking. Wow, I don't usually see that. It could be two different people you're dealing with, although I tend to see this as the theme being, well, no, I take that back. It could be a random person. This is water sign energy, but that's what's interesting. You're not showing up here, no air energy, unless you have these in your chart. So this is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Queen of Hearts could be somebody very nurturing towards you, somebody you consider your mother figure, who nurtures you and takes care of you. Could literally be your mother. That is not outside the realm of possibilities, honestly. If it's not a water sign you're dealing with, this could be about you needing to take care of your own needs. Having a strong feeling of you got to take care of yourself right now. Coming up here in June. And the Queen of Diamonds is around some kind of abundance. Financial matters. This is also earth energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could be dealing with one of those signs. If not, this is you sitting in your power around your finances. Perhaps you have some mastery and control at the moment. Although it's not in the king position, the queen position is still pretty high up there on the hierarchy as far as some kind of control. What is the word I'm looking for? Not mastery necessarily, but it's like you got a good sense of direction in your finances. That's what I'm picking up here. If you're not dealing with an earth sign, could be. I hate to be vague about it, but it could go either way. You could be dealing with somebody like this, or this could be you. You could have, again, these earth elements and these water elements in your chart, such as in your moon, since we are about to be in Gemini in full moon in June. Let's go ahead and clarify. Let's see what we can muster up here. See what else is going on. 8 of Spades. So you're leaving some kind of stressful work situation, or you already, or you need to. It could be tied in with this Queen of Diamonds energy. This is that call to release, to relieve some kind of worry or stress. You could have had a difficulty with a particular person. It just kind of talks about, I'm just going to say, a business or job situation just going sour and a need for a change there. The 8s talk about things going forward and, just going on with your life, moving on. Anyone, Clark? Sorry I can't speak. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, and I really wasn't going to do a reading today, but I kept getting tugged to do it. So if I misspeak, that's because my brain is not completely recharged. Okay. Well, we got 2. 4 of Clubs, Jack of Clubs. So Four of Clubs talks about things being balanced in your home life. In general, not necessarily talking emotionally or financially, but probably encompasses all of that. The four pillars of your foundation being supported very generously, maybe involving some kind of fire sign. Look at that. We have a Jack of Clubs. Again, your element is not showing up here. We have all three other elements showing up. Fire sign could be Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Maybe somebody that you're living with at the moment is really grounding you. I'm picking that up. Because I will tell you, the Jack of Clubs is somebody usually who's younger or less experienced in some way, but they're also like that good friend, somebody you can count on. That actually goes very harmoniously with the Four of Clubs. Like they're helping you in some way around your home life be stable. I'm hearing stable. I certainly hope you're not living in a stable, but you could be. I don't know. Don't knock it till you try it, right? I'm just kind of getting like you came out of some kind of bad business or work situation or a career. I mean, it could be on any of those scales. But I'm sensing like you're in this self-care mode, and you're also you're gaining ground with your finances in some way, and I think you're being helped some way in your home life to stabilize it. Whatever was going on in the home life for you, maybe it's just a matter of you being single. You got somebody on your side here. It's not romantic necessarily. No, it could be, but it's not real strong with the Jack of Clubs, I'll be honest. It's more like that friend. I'm going to get another card of clarification. Too many cards there. They didn't want to go back in, but this is too many. Okay. Narrow it down, please. Okay. Six of Diamonds. Look at these. Income opportunities. So, yeah, I think you're coming out of a situation around certainly your finances, but it's something around a work situation again. What you do for a living. And it's opening up these opportunities for you. I see the sixes as being those branches that branch off in different directions. Lots of potential here with the Six of Diamonds. Whatever's occurred for you, Gemini, it's opening up doors for you in terms of income, finances, investments, whatever. However it fits your situation. Let's go ahead and look at cards of advice. Well, looky there. We have another Queen. Interesting. Because the Queen of Hearts came out first. We had the Queen of Diamonds, now the Queen of Clubs. Again, your sign's not showing up. We don't see those spades. I mean, we have the Three of Spades, but that doesn't pertain to you. I'm talking about these face cards. So the Queen of Clubs, again, fire sign energy, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. There's some kind of stress and worry around a fire sign, Okay, I just picked up something. Sorry, I stopped mid-sentence. Because you had this earlier, and these did come out together, somebody stabilizing your home life, I think your advice here is to worry about this Jack of Clubs energy transforming to a Queen level, Queen of Clubs. Maybe it's like you're helping somebody get off the ground, but they're helping you as well. And I mean that kind of like, and again, in a stability sense. It's not like you necessarily gave them anything, and they didn't necessarily give you anything. There's some kind of exchange here, though. I think there's some stress and worry around this person growing, again, into the Queen position, if that makes sense. And this isn't gender specific. So Queen doesn't mean female. They're not turning into a female if they're not female. I mean, they could, absolutely, but I think it's more metaphorical than that, okay? I don't know what that means in terms of advice. I'm having a hard time interpreting that. Just that maybe you should beware that this person is going to change in some way. Yeah, that's it. I think it's just kind of a beware. Stress and worry, to me, translates to beware. This person's going to transform, not necessarily in a bad way, but you may grow apart, for example. They may not be in your life, for example. I don't know. You may not have them to have this support here, because I truly see that wrapped up in some kind of fire sign. Okay, more. I was going to say more cards of advice, but here it is. It just like fell into my hand. So this is some truth is going to be revealed. Okay, so this is again your advice column or your advice row. It's about something being revealed that's currently not known to you. It's also about epiphanies, like something you come to realize that you didn't see before, that you didn't understand about the situation. I think it's wrapped up in a fire sign. I'm going to be honest, this is about separations, because this was the predecessor. They're going to grow or change in some way, probably for their own best interest. And this is going to be about you realizing something about them, or about the relationship, I should say. Not that they have like this hidden dark past, but I don't want to paint it that dark. But it is literally, in some context, the Seven of Spades is about separations between people, because something is now changed. Mentally, emotionally, psychologically, there's some kind of element that's changed, so you don't quite have that deep connection with them anymore that you did in the beginning. Like when you first met them, I can relate to that. I was in a long-term relationship, and I'm still in contact with that person, and I'll just say I'm having a hard time mentally connecting with them anymore. No matter how much I want to, it's just like I'm not able to. It's not about not wanting to, in other words. Anyway, I don't want to lament too much on that. I hope this was helpful, but it looks like you have come out of some kind of darkness with that Eight of Spades. There's some kind of fire sign involved in your life, or has been involved in your life, but you do have these income opportunities coming in. But the thing is, whatever is going on with this Queen of Clubs character, the fire sign, it's going to transform. That's all I can say about that. I am going to move on to Libra now. Overall theme for Libra for June 2024 is the Three of Hearts. We got two on your complicating factors here for June. The Seven of Hearts and the Queen of Spades. So this is about emotional decisions with the Three of Hearts. Some people interpret this as third-party energy. I mean, it could be that. But to me, it's about being pulled in a couple different directions, not knowing how to feel about something, and it is affecting you deeply. The Seven of Hearts is about disappointment. You could have had disappointment with an air sign, but the thing is, you are an air sign, so it could be another air sign you're involved in. Yeah. Or it could have been somebody who just kept to themselves, because if you've been with me before, you know this Queen of Spades character keeps to themselves. It's kind of like that hermit energy. They don't quite let people know what they're thinking or feeling, and so there's an air of mystery around them, and yeah, they could have their own agenda going on. But the thing is, you got that Seven of Hearts mixed up with it. That's about somebody letting you down. It's usually around a person. It's a disappointment around a person. It's possible that you have something internal going on, that you disappointed yourself, like you've fallen short of something, some kind of expectation of yourself. I mean, we all go through that from time to time. It's not usually as bad as we think. Let's go ahead and get clarifiers, but there's an emotional seesaw with that Three of Hearts. Like, you don't know which way to go, you don't know how to feel. Perhaps a choice to be made, right? Clarifiers for Libra, please. Six of Spades. This is meant to happen. This is the Destiny and Fate card. But with the sixes, as I like to explain, the sixes talk about opportunities and potentials opening up for you because you've gone through some kind of experience. You have passed a test, you have gone through or jumped over some kind of hurdle that you needed to get on to the next chapter of your life. For example, we didn't see the ending, we didn't have the Tower come out per se, but I feel like this is an internal experience for you, Libra. I feel like you've let yourself down in some way. You're kind of keeping that to yourself. So that's where the emotional indecision is coming in. But it's going to open up destiny for you here. I see that as a positive. You may be kind of freaked out by that or think that's like, whoa. But you're on the path. This always tells me you're on the path you're meant to be on. And look, I got another 6. Personal growth. What did I tell you? Libras are going through some kind of personal growth in June. Pretty much this encompasses any level. Emotionally, spiritually, financially, mentally. But again, with the double 6s, lots of things opening up for you because you're going through this. Whatever happened where you let yourself down or you felt disappointed, it's gonna open up new. I know I'm repeating myself. It's gonna open things up for you, so it's okay. I guess that's the message, right? One more clarifier before we look at your advice, Libra. 9 of Diamonds, some kind of achievement financially here, and a completion. You're satisfied with this. The financial outcome was what you were expecting. That's mysterious because I did not see that touched upon at all. But it could just be the completion itself. It doesn't mean there's an exchange of money involved. But it's leaving you feeling abundant. Because I don't know about you, but when you go through some kind of growth spurt, per se, most of us are adults who watch these videos. We're not growing teenagers, but we can have growth spurts later in our lives, emotionally especially, and spiritually. Perhaps there's some kind of a sense of achievement that way, where you're feeling more abundant. You feel like you've gained something, and you certainly have. If you've grown and you recognize it, you've certainly gained that. That is something to be proud of. Let's go ahead and look at your advice then, because that looks all very good. And look, the King of Diamonds. This is Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is also somebody who has mastery over their financial life. Again, we may not be talking about literal money, but there's some kind of huge abundance that's resulting from this. Perhaps you're going to just feel more grateful. And when we feel more grateful, I'm not going to go into the law of attraction. That's not my, I'm not an expert in that. But you know what they say, when we start feeling grateful, more of what we, not more of what we want, but just like things start to really unfold for us in a more amicable way, a more agreeable way, because we've changed. And then we feel more abundant, because we feel like everything is just fine. You see my point? I feel like that's what the King of Diamonds is representing here in your advice. You're going to feel like things are really satisfactory. I mean, not just satisfactory, but happy. Although that doesn't speak of that, it speaks more of that abundance. I don't think it's an earth sign that's being stressed there, because again, that's your advice. Or you could be, I'll just throw it in there, you could be experiencing, as a result of this personal growth, let's say, I'm just going to throw out a quick scenario. Let's say the disappointment in yourself was that you spent money foolishly, something like that. It certainly could result in some kind of financial mastery and control. I mean, maybe that was the big disappointment, and you had a learning experience, a huge one. But it was meant to happen that way with that 6 of Spades. And now you have some kind of decision to be, there's some kind of decision to be made. This is your advice, not sure what that would be about. I see it kind of tying in with how this reading started for you, Libra. Decisions around emotions. This is the crossroads. You could be stuck on an idea or some kind of outcome, so you're kind of stuck at the crossroads. Expect to kind of be in that mode for the month of June. But I think it's okay. Again, I don't see any negative in that. I don't feel any negative impact. Just sitting at the crossroads waiting for your gut or your instinct to tell you what to do or how you feel you should proceed. And we do have 6 of diamonds with you. Yeah, financially abundant and some kind of a sense of abundance is going to open up for you. Like we talked about those 2 6s earlier, this is the 3rd 6 for you. You had the personal growth, the destiny and fate 6, and we also have the abundance 6. And this does talk about income and literal finances. I think it's fantastic. So some kind of event that happened here where I feel like you let yourself down. It's sparking off something moving on in your life in a huge way. I think that's what all those 6s and the personal growth and all that jazz, I think that's what it's speaking of. It's loosening something up that you've been stuck up, like you've been stuck in for a while. Not stuck up, but that was a misspeak. You're not stuck up. You've been stuck like in a place for a while. And I think something has finally freed you. And you're liberated. But there are decisions to be made. I think that's what the 8 of Clubs speaks about. Perhaps what to do with this next phase of your life. Could be simple as that. Okay, Libra. Fantastic. I'm going to move on to Aquarius now. Let's see what's going on for you in June 2024. 4 of diamonds. And we have the 9 of spades and the Ace of clubs contributing to that 4 of diamonds overall theme. So you're on some kind of new start with the Ace of clubs. The 9 of spades tells me you went through something very disappointing, some kind of loss. It could have been around money. I will tell you the Ace of clubs again talks about gaining some kind of knowledge, experience. Maybe you're learning more about money now because this is some kind of windfall. This could also be, I will just be straight up honest here, somebody getting some kind of inheritance because somebody passed away. But the focus here is apparently on the windfall. Also with the 4 of diamonds talks about kind of a little warning, a little caution to be wise with how you use it. But it's definitely changing the foundation. The 4s talk about the foundation of how we're supported, like, you know, how we, our mode of living, how well we live, for example. So it is supporting your lifestyle in a very healthy way. But it's on the heels of this loss. That's why I keep thinking, you lost somebody, either through some kind of like relationship breaking up or maybe, you know, someone passed on. Let's see what else we have going on for Aquarius. Too many cards. 10 of diamonds. Yeah, look at that. Ultimate prosperity and success. You have reached, I was going to say reached, but wrapped up a major cycle. You've reached a major cycle. You've wrapped it up. Doesn't get much better than this, honestly. And I think that's what the Ace of Clubs is kind of, you're in this seeking knowledge mode. Perhaps you're learning about investments. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I have to say it. I feel like it's tied in with this abundance, whatever this is for you. And you did get that windfall card. I'm pretty certain I'm speaking to an Aquarian or a group of Aquarians who have a lot of cash at the moment. Some kind of thing that got passed on to you in some way. Not just earning it, for example. This is like, you know, a lump sum. Let's just say a lump sum. Any more cards here to tell me about Aquarius and their beautiful little abundance going on for June 2024. Oh, we got two. So we got the colorized Joker and the Nine of Clubs. The Nine of Clubs again talks about something wrapping up. Remember the Nine of Spades, something wrapped up, some kind of loss. There's a sense of satisfaction though with the Nine of Clubs, but it is wrapped up with the Magician energy, with this colorized Joker. I do see the Jokers as things being kind of up in the air. I guess you're kind of satisfied with things being unsettled in some way. Perhaps it's because you're in this Ace of Clubs mode of learning, gaining skills, experience in something. I don't know how to verbalize this, but I'm picturing somebody who is suddenly got more money than they know how to manage. I'm going to say that way. You don't know how to manage it necessarily. You're in the process of learning about it, therefore things are up in the air. But the Magician energy is a very strong clue that this is going to transform your life in some way. It's going to work its magic. I always see that Magician energy is pretty literal. And there's a lot of satisfaction in it, even though there was a loss involved. I don't think you're hung up on some kind of emotional turmoil over whatever that loss is, so we probably just need to leave that alone. This reading is not focusing on that. Let's go ahead and look at your cards of advice. King of Spades. This is air energy. Could be you, Aquarius, or a Libra, or a Gemini. It's about somebody not being on the same page. And I'm not quite sure what that... I'm getting a lot of intuitive little blurbs here, so I'm sorry I keep stopping mid-sentence, but I did this for the two readings I did prior to yours. I'm picking up on somebody... Again, this is you having mastery and control in your life, hence the king position. It's the highest rung on the ladder, so to speak. But the King of Spades is somebody who's not on the same page. I think you are not going to do what everybody expects you to do in some way. Like, you're not going to use this inheritance or whatever got passed on to you in the way that everybody expects you to. It's going to be a surprise. There's going to be some disagreement. Because again, this is in your advice. Will you hold on one second? I need to make sure the camera's still rolling. Okay, we're fine. I've had that thing shut off, and I don't like to have to go back and try to rehash and repeat. So I wanted to make sure it was still rolling. But yeah, I think this is... You're not going to do what everybody expects you to do, Aquarius, and there is nothing wrong with that. Let me tell you. That is fine energy to have, especially in your advice. Don't do what you are being advised to do, for example. Maybe you have relatives and friends, maybe even a spouse who wants you to do a certain thing. This is advising you not to do that. You see my point? Take control. Be the king. Put your hand, your fist down and say, nope, this is what I'm going to do. Look at that. Hot damn. This is about mastery and control over your emotions. You're going to feel good about this. You're going to take a firm... I'm going to use a word. I don't like to curse on my channel. I don't know. I feel weird about it. You're going to take a firm-ass stand. Emotionally, this is going to have you feeling extremely strong. You're going to be standing in your power majorly. Look at that. 2 freaking kings. Well, what did I say, Aquarius? That freaking battery died on me and it cut off the video a little bit. So, I don't have to backtrack too much, but when I was holding these 2 cards up here, I was talking about the awesomeness of these 2 kings coming together. And what I was going to say, these are freaking awesome. I mean, you have the King of Spades, which is totally your energy. That's the king of doing what the hell you want to do. And the King of Hearts. Following your heart, yes, in a huge way, but also mastering your mental health in a way, and your, I would say, your overall mental health and emotional health, because you are doing what you want to do despite, the resistance you may have going on. The other thing that came out here that got cut off is the Three of Clubs. And this is about that struggle and fight. Again, I think you're not having people on the same page with you after this great loss. You have an idea that is not going to jibe with everyone in your circle, be it family, friends, maybe even a spouse. But this is freaking awesome. I mean, if this is the envy of the zodiac. I mean, at least for June, I think. Doing what the hell you want and feeling damn good about it, and feeling damn good about yourself and your choices here. That's ultimate confidence. I hope you can see the interpretation of that, because that's just beautiful. But you are going to have this struggle and fight, and I think the universe is just emphasizing that here in your advice, that it's not going to be easy to make this decision, but it's going to be the right one for you. And I hope you agree. So I'm going to wrap that up there. And the other thing I did mention is you have an awesome reading this month for air signs. Compared to Libra and Gemini that I did earlier, yours is freaking out of this world. I mean, yes, you're on the heels of some kind of loss, but I don't see you getting stuck on that. I think you're focusing on this future and this great abundance. And how this is going to turn out for you, this satisfaction. Things are up in the air for you. But that divine magic is going to come in. Well, actually, it's not even divine magic. I mean, yes, ultimately it is, but it's the magic of having this windfall and your ultimate success and prosperity that came out in this reading for you. And you making the decision that you really want to make despite what everybody else thinks. You go, girl. or guy, whatever it may be. Kudos to you, Aquarius. And again, I'd like to remind you, if this reading helped you, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please support the channel. I want to start doing more for you here. All signs, not just your sign, but what was the other thing I mentioned? They got cut off, and I'm very irritated by that, because I didn't want it to happen. And it's... Hey, I'm intuitive. I know I get a feeling when things are going to happen. And it did. Extremely grateful. Extremely proud. And I'm forever appreciative of anyone who watches my channel and engages with me. It's a really special thing in my mind, okay? And I look forward to seeing you again, and take care until I do.